This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, bells rang out across Dunedin today in celebration of the return of the first albatross to Otago Peninsula. Hundreds of people remain without power following yesterday's heavy dumping of snow in the Queenstown area. And this year marks a century since the flu pandemic killed between 50 and 100 million people. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Bells rang out across Dunedin today in celebration of the return of the first albatross to Otago Peninsula. After months away at sea, dozens of royal albatrosses will eventually arrive at Tairao Head Colony to breed and raise chicks over the summer.
Making quite a din. Pupils of St Leonard's School join in with the 1 p.m. welcoming of the season's first albatross back to the mainland today. The school was one of at least 7 making an occasion of ringing every available bell.
Well, we raided the music supplies, found everything that makes a jingly noise, and yeah, it wasn't too hard to find enough chimes and bells and things.
The celebration of Otago's famous birds is something that fits well with the school values.
It's a very special part of our of Otago, of being here in Dunedin, and being in a virus school, we care deeply about our creatures and our birds in particular, so it's important to us for our kids to know. Yeah.
Bell ringers were also put to work around Dunedin at 5 different churches, including a team busy at First Church, plus lay minister Bruce Aitken on hand at St Paul's Cathedral. He says the event helps the church bond with the community.
Once the albatrosses come back into the city, it's the church being part of the whole community, welcoming this very important icon to the life of Dunedin back.
Mm-hmm. And he says tolling the bell isn't as hard as it looks.
It's a bit of an effort to get it started, but once the bell starts to go on the full swing, it's just a matter of maintaining that, so it's not that hard after that.
This summer marks 80 years since the first albatross chick fledged at Tairao Head in 1938. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
A woman has been taken to Dunedin Hospital by ambulance with moderate injuries after a car struck a power pole last night. Police, St John and fire crews were called to attend the accident in Concord around 5:30 p.m. Police say the accident took place at a blind corner on Blackhead Road near the intersection with Emerson Street. The accident resulted in the right rear side of the car being extensively damaged. Lookout Point Volunteer Fire Brigade Senior Station Officer Martin Jansen says the driver was a woman in her 20s or 30s. Hundreds of people remain without power following yesterday's heavy dumping of snow in the Queenstown area. The heavy snow began early yesterday and continued until about noon. It loaded tree branches, bringing some down onto power lines and others across roads. Crews battled extreme conditions yesterday to restore power to 3,000 properties. Lines company Aurora Energy has confirmed 650 people don't have power today, including nearly 400 customers in Glenorchy, due to difficulty getting through. Aurora say they're unable to estimate when repairs will be completed until the extent of the damage is known. Met Service is predicting more snow next Monday. Clutha Southland MP Hamish Walker is organising 2 public debates on proposed legislation to legalise voluntary euthanasia. The debates on ACT MP David Seymour's end-of-life choice bill will be held in Queenstown and Gore on October the 1st. The bill seeks to give people with a terminal illness or a grievous and irremediable medical condition the option of requesting assisted dying. It will have its second reading early next year. Sir Bill English and his wife Mary will argue against the bill, while Mr Seymour and former Labour MP Marion Street will argue in its favour. This year marks a century since the flu pandemic killed an estimated 50 to 100 million people globally. It was a disaster far worse than the preceding World War. So how did Otago and Southland cope with a disease which killed around 1,000 people in just a few weeks?
The flu pandemic of 1918, responsible for taking the lives of around 5% of the entire global population. It arrived in New Zealand around September of that year, killing an estimated 9,000 people. But in the aftermath of the Allied victory in the First World War, the colony simply wasn't prepared.
Probably not as well prepared as would be the case now. There was no official plan in place that I'm aware of, but people were aware of the development of the pandemic as it spread from north to south in New Zealand.
Influenza swept the country, helped in no small part by the masses of people that gathered together in cities like Dunedin to celebrate the end of the war. Life in Dunedin ground to a halt as the disease established itself in the city, claiming scores of victims.
Transport, for example, tramway staff were very prone to infection caused by contact with people coming and going from the suburbs. And services were curtailed, rail services were curtailed, so everybody felt the strain.
So up stepped the female population in particular, leading a massive community effort with makeshift hospitals, food depots and child caring. And almost as quickly as it began, the epidemic was over. But unlike the many war memorials that sprung up, most of Dunedin's flu victims lie in an unmarked mass grave in Andersons Bay Cemetery.
You know, you might have had a war to end all wars, but you didn't have a flu to end all pandemics as a result of the experience.
He suggests perhaps the experience of losing so many people overseas drowned out the losses much closer to home. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, music students at Balmacewen Intermediate get treated to a drumming exhibition, and we catch up with Dunedin's Dunedin Brass band debut performance at Hanover Hall.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Spring is here and it's time to get in the garden. Ready Lawn will take care of your lawn needs, making lawn care a snap. They will install the perfect lawn while you plant your favourite flowers and vegetables. Call Ready Lawn today so you can enjoy the coming season.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Electrify NZ Dunedin sell quality European designed e-bikes with reliable componentry so that you too can wear the e-bike grin. Call in for your complimentary test ride today or book online. Find us at 249 Cumberland Street, phone 021 035 9820.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs.
Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today, phone 03 488 2754.
Welcome back. Otago trio Katie Martin, Lee Kasperick and Susie Bates have been named in the White Ferns squad for 3 upcoming T20s in Australia and the Women's World T20 in the West Indies in November. It's new captain Amy Satterthwaite's first assignment after Bates stepped down as skipper last week. New Zealand have named a 13-strong squad for the matches in Australia starting at the end of this month and 15 players for the Women's World T20. The Women's World T20 starts on November the 9th. Music students at Balmacewen Intermediate were treated to a drumming exhibition in a Dunedin exclusive today. Kaboom Percussion, made up of Western Australian duo Catherine Betts and Joshua Webster, gave a workshop to 50 students this afternoon. The freelance percussionists play on various objects such as buckets, pots and cups. The pair have master's degrees in percussion and regularly play in symphony orchestras. Kaboom have been running since 2014 and have performed to over 90,000 students across Australia and New Zealand. Dunedin's Kaikorai Brass Band gave its debut performance in Hanover Hall recently. The conductor is among the people singing the venue's praises after their 2-hour concert.
Brassed on! Dunedin's Kaikorai Brass Band recently took the opportunity to fill Dunedin Symphonious home with sound in a 2-hour concert of well-polished material. Conductor Ron Caldwell says performing like this keeps the players in tune with each other.
It's a good opportunity for bands, to get out and react with the communities out there, because principally bands like the contest there, and they stand there in their band rooms there, but they need to get out there and spread the word, so to speak, there, and it helps future sponsors and new members and that sort of thing there. But it's all about ego too. You like to perform. We're all performers. We're all like Pink, you see.
Kaikorai Brass has played around the city, both in other venues as well as outside events. Caldwell says this venue lends itself to their big brassy sound once the members have adjusted.
Yes, that's the first time we've played in here. It's a different acoustic, because when you play in a different acoustic there, it takes a wee while to adjust. People tend to sort of go in themselves there, but no, that's just part of the experience. You learn to adapt for such here. So no, fine building. I like to see buildings like this, continue on, have another life.
He put the program together and says it's tailored to suit the players and aimed to please an audience.
Okay, so you sort of sit down and you cut your cloth accordingly there. What pieces are within the capabilities of the players you got there. You try and balance it, but also very important there, and a lot of artists forget this, is you want to play music that people want to hear. We play what we want to play, but you try and sort of tap into the city, or city life or such there. What's relevant and what still has appeal.
One of the pieces on the program was played in remembrance of the 9/11 attacks in America. Caldwell says it's a fitting addition to the program.
Well, I thought, just something that, as I said, the sanctity of life there is very precious as up there, and sometimes it's snatched away from you, without any explanation or reason there, and it's the poor souls that are left behind there, you see. So, yeah, a bit of a humanitarian, I suppose, romantic at heart there. Such, yeah.
He describes himself as a caretaker conductor and is relinquishing the baton to a successor, who he hopes can drive the band along in good time. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, school principals from across the country visit Dunedin to learn about Ngāi Tahu history, and we look at some secretive crane work underway at the former Conservation House in Dunedin. So stay with us.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs. Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today, phone 03 488 2754.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
For more than 50 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing quality lawn mowers and outdoor power equipment. Bring your mower, chainsaw, garden equipment in for repair or service and you go in the draw to win a Husqvarna petrol line trimmer. See you in store soon.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Thanks for staying with us. School principals from across the country are visiting Dunedin this week to learn about Ngāi Tahu history. The 95 primary and secondary principals are part of a national collaboration called Te Arahu, designed to support Māori achievement and cultural responsiveness in schools. The visiting principals have spent 2 nights at Otago Marae and yesterday were taken on a parihaka tour with Otago Kumatua Edward Allison. Allison explained the history of the area, including Dunedin's connection with Māori prisoners brought here as a result of land confiscation in Taranaki. Rongo Memorial Rock at Anderson's Bay commemorates the imprisonment of the political prisoners who were exiled to do hard labour. Today's program included kapahaka performances at some local schools. The Dunedin visit ends tomorrow with a look at Tuetue Otago Settlers Museum. Under cover of darkness, a huge crane worked away at the former conservation house on the corner of Cumberland and Lower Stewart Streets in central Dunedin last night. The top 3 floors of the 4-storey building are being developed into a 19-unit boutique hotel. The building, built in 1910, is Category 2 listed and is on the council's heritage schedule. It was originally the premises of engineering company John Chambers and Son. The crane was used to remove building materials from the roof area. A foreman working on the site says he can't comment on the nature of the work. Cycle World Dunedin is situated on the ground floor of the building. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. After months away at sea, dozens of royal albatrosses will eventually arrive at Tauranga Head Colony to breed and raise chicks over the summer. Hundreds of people remain without power following yesterday's heavy dumping of snow in the Queenstown area, but Aurora says it should be restored by now. And this year marks a century since the flu pandemic killed an estimated 50 to 100 million people globally. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil Somerville. What have you got for us in tomorrow's paper?
Well, of course, Albatross Bells feature. Another story about the Selwyn College, the future of that. Maybe it's been Anglican Church has run it. It's university's oldest college, so a story on that. Another one on the Aurora Review, engineering consultants looking at the history and what's gone on. And
it makes for some interesting reading.
Indeed. I'd better save that up for the readers for tomorrow, the interesting angle on that.
I'm sure it is.
Fresh pages tomorrow. Top restaurant awards include 3 from Wanaka, which seems a lot. Good old Wanaka.
It's a great place for eating. I'm starting to feel hungry.
Okay. Plenty of recipes too, nice recipes. And Charmaine Smith, who has a monthly column, talks about permate in milk. Don't ask me exactly what it is. You'll have to read about that one too.
Sounds something like it's fermented, but I could be completely wrong.
That's
Thank
right.
you. So you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Molnap.
Beginning with tonight's southern view taken of Dunedin's first church. Looking at the situation, a milder northwesterly airflow will increase tomorrow and Thursday ahead of cold fronts due over the South Island this weekend. Starting at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport, you're in for sunny weather with a high of 15. Across to the northeast now, Nelson fine with 19 degrees, Blenheim you also have clear skies and 18 degrees. And to Canterbury, Kaikoura fine weather and a high of 16, Christchurch fine and a high of 14, and Ashburton also expecting sun and a high of 16 degrees. Looking at the southern towns, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden can all expect moderate northwesterlies, some high cloud and highs of 14 to 15 degrees. Moving westwards to the Central Lakes, Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka can expect moderate northwesterlies, clear skies and highs between 12 and 15, but expect showers in Te Anau with fresh westerlies and a high of 13. Up to the north now, Oamaru and Twizel, light winds, clear skies and a high of 16 for both of you, and it's similar along the coast for Oamaru and Timaru with highs of 14 degrees. In Dunedin, expect a bit of broken cloud tonight with northerlies and an overnight low of 3. A fine Wednesday with mostly sunny skies and light winds. 14 will be the high and 6 the low, and it's similar on Thursday with northerly winds and high cloud increasing, a high of 16 and a low of 8. And in Invercargill, expect some cloud tonight with 7 the overnight low. Sunny periods at first tomorrow with a high of 15, and light rain at first on Thursday, which clears to sunny periods looking at a high of 15 degrees and a low of 7. And that's our news for this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube and at channel39.co.nz. For full stories, see odt.co.nz. Enjoy the rest of your evening and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.